Actually, I might do that. That's a good idea, Braden. Thank you, Braden. You're welcome. Um... I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Alrighty, we are just going to check for a little bit longer just to make sure that everything's working just right. It's not registering yet, so let's just... Oh, wait, that's because we're on Lizbiz TV, you stupid fuck. There we go. Come on. Come on. Still doesn't say I'm streaming. That's peculiar. Am I? Yeah, I am. Alright, so audio sharing settings. We're good. Share party audio. Good, good, good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Sound devices, mute voice, game chat, mute all microphones. Both are off. I think we should be good, but I just want to make sure that everything's working. Here we go. Is it working? Hello, my name is Braden Fletcher. Is it working? Hello, my name is Braden Fletcher. There we are. And welcome here to the Red Bull Ring as we go green with Bill Elliott and Cale Yarborough leading us down into turn one. An old land rush to get down into turn one. Bill Elliott clears Cale Yarborough as we look through the pack. Tire squeal. 24 goes around. Oh man, that is not very good for that 24 Rainbows efforts to try to get a win here in this series. Back to the front, we have Bill Elliott putting a pretty nice lead on Cale Yarborough in only half a lap. Side by side there for that fourth spot, Darrell Waltrip and Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon tries to dive to the inside of Waltrip. Waltrip going to pinch his nose off. Here comes Dale Jr. to the outside of Gordon. Ooh, he's going to have position on him. And he gets by Waltrip. Wow, what a nice move. 24 shown speed all year. We look through the rest of the pack, they're pretty much all single file after that first corner dust up for Brady Fletch. Davey Allison, Mark Martin, and Brady Fletch all in relegation position as we complete our first lap. Yarborough has closed that gap significantly since we last saw it on the back straightaway. Yarborough, not a bad road racer in his own right. Ooh, ate a lot of that curb though in turn 2. Labonte, Gordon, Waltrip round out your top 5. Then it goes Earnhardt Jr., Stewart, Ralph Earnhardt, Ricky Craven, and Derek Cope rounding out the top 10. If things were to stop right now, if the race were to end, Derek Cope would be on pole for our next race at, I believe, the Daytona Road Course. As we see Kevin Harvick looking to the inside of Kerry Earnhardt. He got that spot. Kerry, Kyle Busch right there, along with newcomer Paul Langley. Kyle Petty, Johnny Benson Jr., Davey Allison, Mark Martin, and again Brady Fletch rounding out the field. He's closing in on Mark Martin though. This race is a long way from over for him. Bobby Labonte with the fastest lap on the second circuit around. He'd like to put that car in victory lane. Joe Gibbs, no cars in victory lane so far this year. I really like looking at the way drivers, man, look at Junior. Really like looking at the way drivers take that curb. Look at Cope. Man, these guys are just eating the curb. They don't really care about the underbody of the car. So we see Jeremy Mayfield looking to the left side of Derek Cope. His teammate's in first. He really wants to get there. Cope won his duel in Daytona, but after that hasn't really snipped the lead all that much. He'd really like to get up to the front here and lead some laps. So we go back to our leaders. Here's Bill Elliott. Let's take a look at that last place car, Mark Martin now. Brady Fletch got by him. It'll be really interesting to see him climb through the pack as this race progresses. He's already on the back bumper, Davey Allison. Love the sound of these cars. That 24 takes turn 1 about half a lane wider than everybody else. Wow, he gets sideways there. He might not make it to the end of lap 32 with how he's driving this race. Side by side for that third spot. Jeff Gordon looking to the left side of Bobby Labonte. Bobby Labonte will have the inside on this corner. Oh, they make contact right there. Bobby escapes with third place for now. We see the top 5 have got a little bit of a gap from 6th place on back. 6th, 7th, and 8th, and maybe 9th are all about equidistant from each other. And here comes the rest of the pack. Our leaders again. Let's ride on board with Bill Elliott here. Bill Elliott's crew chief Tim Brewer told me earlier they have a lot of power, but not that good of fuel efficiency. So that'll be definitely interesting to keep up with as this race progresses. He still eats a lot of that curb going over it. Man, I really wonder if that's going to cause any problems for these cars later in that race, or in this race rather. Darrell Waltrip's fallen back from that top 4 breakaway. Junior trying to go into trying to catch up to him and get him in his clutches. Tony Stewart right here on board. You can see Ralph Earnhardt in that rear view mirror getting ever closer. Ralph Earnhardt never really did road course racing in his career. He was mostly a short track guy in the Carolinas, but man, he's really been impressing on first on Daytona, then Deep Forest, now here at Red Bull Ring. As we see at the back of the pack, a few cars have fallen back. It's Mark Martin and Davey Allison right there. Those guys have fallen way back of Brady Fletch and Johnny Benson and the rest of the pack. Man, he gets really loose coming off of that final corner. Looks like we might have battle for the lead here in a moment. Cale Yarborough. Ooh, almost looking to the inside of Bill Elliott right there. He does. Won't be able to make anything happen. Ooh, he almost made contact with Bill Elliott right there. Gordon making another charge on Bobby Labonte now. We saw him try that a couple laps ago. It did not fare so well for young Mr. Gordon. He does have the fastest lap right now at a 1:41.231, so he'd really like to get ahead of these 3 guys and take off. We look back to 5th place. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has caught Darrell Waltrip. Waltrip was with that top 4 for longest time, but lost the handle on that car a little bit and falling back into the clutches of Dale Jr. and the rest of that pack. See Derek Cope working on Ralph Earnhardt for that 8th spot. Cope's had a pretty good car so far. Oh, Cope was looking to the right side, but wasn't willing to risk it there. Makes a bit more of an arc into that corner, might help him on corner exit here, try and get past Ralph, but no, to no avail. Now there's Derek Cope and Ricky Craven rounding out your top 10. Jeremy Mayfield, Kevin Harvick, Kerry Earnhardt, Kyle Busch, Brady Fletch. He's up to 15th now after spinning on corner 1, lap 1. Paul Langley, the rookie. Kyle Petty, Johnny Benson Jr. And then those 2 guys have caught back up a little bit, Davey Allison and Mark Martin, but they're going to need to catch up a lot a bit to make sure that they don't get relegated. Back to the lead. 4-car breakaway. This is really impressive to do on a road course. They've got about half the length of the front straightaway on 5th place Darrell Waltrip. And Elliott pulling away from Cale Yarborough again. Maybe he's just biding his time, saving his stuff. And Junior trying to get closer to Waltrip there. He's succeeding. A couple of tenths every lap. That'll all add up by the time lap 32 comes around. Whoa, 24 gets really loose on corner exit there. He's been known to do that a lot, definitely. Definitely doesn't care about track limits, especially in those final 2 corners. There's the rookie Paul Langley. Kev meandering, the crew chief there. HV Motorsports trying to get their first taste of victory lane here in their first race in CASCAR. And we have Team Savco right behind him with Kyle Petty. Talked to Robin Pemberton this morning. He was not excited for that team's chances. Did not feel well about that car. Says the Grand Prix are maybe a little bit slower than the other cars. So you can see with Johnny Benson Jr. Behind him, 2 Grand Prix and 2 at the bottom 4 spots, he might have something there. Though 3 Ford Tauruses and 3 Fords rather in the bottom 5. So you have the Taurus of Paul Langley, and then the Thunderbird of Davey Allison and the Thunderbird of Mark Martin. Back with our leaders. Bill Elliott putting on a clinic so far. He's led all 10 laps. Cale Yarborough telling Waddell Wilson, his crew chief, he's just saving some stuff, letting Bill maybe spend a little bit too much, and it's not even halfway. We still got a long, long, long way to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as Bill Elliott heads down the backstretch for the 10th time, as is tradition here in CASCAR, in the CASCAR Cup Series, I will let you go until 10 laps to go. So, turn up that dial and enjoy the sounds of 20 fast race cars racing around the Red Bull Ring for the Jagerbomb Grand Prix. leaders in for pit stops. Bill Elliott, Cale Yarborough, Bobby Labonte, and Jeff Gordon. It'll be interesting to see if Darrell Waltrip follows suit. And no, we will not. He, Dale Jr., Tony Stewart, Ralph Earnhardt all stay out. Brady Fletch does as well. Derek Cope does as well. It'll be interesting to see where those drivers come out in relation to the field. Craven, Mayfield, Harvick, Kerry Earnhardt, Paul Langley, Busch, Patty Benson. Wow, only 4 drivers came in the halfway mark. I thought there would be a lot more. It'll be interesting to see where they come out. First one will be Bill Elliott. There's Yarborough. Gordon got by both Yarborough and Labonte on pit road. He and that Ray Evernham Hendrick Motorsports team all have to be real happy about that. All right, we will return you to crank it up until the next pit stops. More pit stops. Darrell Waltrip, Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ralph Earnhardt. Brady Fletch will stay out. Derek Cope will come in. As will Ricky Craven. As will Jeremy Mayfield. As will Kevin Harvick, Kerry Earnhardt, Paul Langley. Wow, everybody in. Everybody who didn't come in that last time. Well, except for Fletch. So this actually worked out fairly well for everybody who pitted, because now you don't have that dirty track to deal with, which I think is why Brady Fletch is staying out. Maybe stay out an extra lap or so and just try and get some good lap time in that nice clean air. All right, we will return you to NASCAR CASCAR nonstop, and we will come back when Brady Fletch goes into the pits. lead change. The 224s start banging doors. We're hearing that 24 Rainbow, saving fuel, pushing in the clutch a lot during the lap, trying to extend that fuel tank run. And on lap 20, oh man, that 24 really hauls it off into pit road, just nails the barrier right there. Luckily damage is not on in this series, but my goodness, he walloped that wall. So it'll be fun to see where he drops back to and where he has to come back from. He was fuel saving that entire run, we are told, so now he'll be able to just go balls to the walls for 11 laps. And we will return you to Cascar Nonstop. And as we've seen that 24 Jeff Gordon pull away, we've seen the 24 Brady Fletch basically put the whole field on easy mode right there. He's been running in Fuel Mix 6 for most of the race. Now that he's in Fuel Mix 1, that thing is flying. He passed 5 cars last lap. It'll be interesting to keep up with him throughout the day. But Jeff Gordon pulling away from pretty much everybody now. He was content to stay behind Bill Elliott that first run, but now there's only 10 laps to go. He wants to put some breathing space in between him and that Evernham Dodge. So we see the number 24F now get into 8th place behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart now. Gordon felt he was robbed at Daytona. Robbed twice, once by his teammate Brady Fletch in the duel, and once by Ricky Rudd, sorry, not Ricky Craven. Ricky Rudd in the Daytona 250. Here's Bill Elliott. Remember, crew chief said that they might not be getting the best gas mileage. We've seen that in these races. Some teams not able to go the full distance after pit with 1 or 2 to go. And that might wind them up in relegation. Speaking of the relegation positions, they are still Mark Martin, Davey Allison, and Johnny Benson. And it's looking like they're going to stay that way because Kyle Petty has a pretty good lead on Johnny Benson. As we work our way through the field, we see Paul Langley, the rookie, in that number 74 car. And we have Kerry Earnhardt in that number 3 Taz machine. Kyle Busch, the Candyman, number 18 M&M's car. Kevin Harvick in the GM Goodwrench 29. Jeremy Mayfield. His teammate running second. They must miss the setup for this race because one Evernham Dodge is looking really good. Maybe it's because he's eating that curb so much. And then Ricky Craven right there in the 25 for Hendrick Motorsports. Wickham Racing's Derek Cope. The RCR entry, Ralph Earnhardt and grandson Dale Jr. Here we have Tony Stewart and Brady Fletch now up to 6th. Looking for 5th. We're going to stay with him. Here he comes to Darrell Waltrip looking on the outside. Oh, won't be able to quite get it. Here we are on board with Fletch. Looking on that outside, couldn't quite mat the gas. Oh, he goes a little bit wide. Almost door bangs Darrell, but he gets by. Beautiful move on that high side. Now the only thing between him and Cale Yarborough, open track. Came out of the pits in 16th. Now he's up to 5th after just 6 laps. You have to be impressed. Here comes Tony Stewart to the inside of Darrell Waltrip now. Stewart. Oh, they almost made contact right there on corner exit. Stewart goes over that curb. We're going to go on board with Stewart. He's not sitting right behind Darrell. I'm surprised not getting that draft. Here he comes. Going to get a good draft. A DRS zone and F1, but in CASCAR Cup Series, we have no such DRS. Oh, man, I thought he was going to pack it in there. And look at the gap that 24F has put on them. Having, what, 6-lap newer tires and having a race car driver whose will to win has never been higher definitely isn't hurting that team, that's for sure. Man, he's been fuel saving all day, and now he's up to 5th, catching Cale Yarborough at a pretty good rate. There's Waltrip and Stewart again. 2 Earnhardts. Junior and Ralph. Technically, Dale Jr. would be Ralph. Dale Earnhardt Jr. He and his dad, named after Ralph, both go by Dale. Derek Hope looking to try and find somewhere around that Wheaties machine. Been trying and trying, just to no avail. Okay, we're getting close to 6 laps to go. Craven looking for that 10th spot from Derek Cope. Not only would that give him more points, but also 10th. The person who starts 10th, the person who finishes 10th starts first next week. And I can tell you that Ricky Craven would absolutely love to start first, because that's how he got the track position to get his win at Deep Forest last week. Had to hold off a couple hard charging drivers to get it, but he definitely did get his first cast car win. Goes Mayfield, Harvick, Kyle Busch, Kerry Earnhardt, Paul Langley, Kyle Petty, and then these 3, Johnny Benson Jr., Davey Allison, and Mark Martin, all in relegation spots. Speaking of relegation, oh my goodness! Oh man, that 24 almost got spun off the hood of that Junior Johnson entry, Cale Yarborough. But he is hauling the mail. Holy. He takes that corner so much wider than everybody else. Wow, he gets loose. You can tell he's looking for that lead. With only 5.5 laps to go. Didn't really have a fair shake at this race. I mean, nothing in racing is fair, but got spun out T1, lap 1. Oh man, he gets really loose there. Those hairpin corners, those hard braking corners, you can definitely gain a lot of time, but you can definitely lose it too. If you're a bit too greedy going in there and you slide those tires, you go into the sand trap, boom, race done. Or at least not race done, but chances to win, done. Now he sees Bobby Labonte trying to set his sights on the 2000 NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion. Here we are on board with Fletch. I do like that he's trying not to use the fenders when passing everybody. Oh, you can hear he tried to stay behind Bobby. Oh man, he gives Bobby a little shot there, because he knows what happens when you go to the inside in turn 1. Basically just lose that passing opportunity, but here he comes. He's going to get a really good run on Bobby Labonte right there. Ooh, in the grass just a little bit. That shouldn't affect the car too much. 5 laps to go. And you can see Bill Elliott, and you can definitely see Jeff Gordon in that mirror, or in that windshield rather. Gordon's still a far ways out there. Bill Elliott getting closer every lap. Well, these guys catch lap traffic too. Mark Martin and Davey Allison aren't really running too far ahead of these guys. Oh, he goes wide. Oh man, the 24 Rainbow went a little bit wide, but he doesn't lose any spots. Now he goes really wide trying to clean off those tires. That really did not work out for that 24. Now he only has 4 laps to go to try and get an attack plan together. This is going to be a good finish. Cale Yarborough there in 5th. Darrell Waltrip 6th. Stewart 7th. Junior Ralph Cope. That's your top 10. Ricky Craven, if he can get past Derek Cope, will be your pole sitter for next week. If you're Derek Cope, you definitely want to pass Ralph Earnhardt and Dale Jr. Like, that pole's great, but starting 3rd, that's not so bad, and you gain, I believe it's 15 more points as well, so definitely not a bad thing finishing 10th, but finishing above that, every race car driver wants to do that, that's for sure. Four laps to go. Craven, Mayfield, Harvick, Busch, Kerry Earnhardt, Paul Langley, Petty, and then your 3 relegation spots. Johnny Benson, Davey Allison, Mark Martin. Davey Allison able to pull away from Mark Martin. Difference between 19th and 20th is 106 points to 103, so not a big difference, but definitely at the end of the year you want those 3 points. And Jeff Gordon, now the leader. Brady Fletch got by Bill Elliott. And he has 3 laps to defend. I don't know if he'll be able to do it. The 2 Hendrick teammates. These guys had battles in the duel. In the 250. Fletch had another duel with Ricky Craven in the second race at Deep Forest. It's going to come down again to a Hendrick battle. Ricky Rudd got lucky in the day. Well, I don't want to say he got lucky, but he was fortunate in the 250. I feel like the 224 cars were worrying about each other. The winningest driver of the 90s in NASCAR versus the scheme that he won all those races with, the Rainbow Warriors. Ray Evernham telling his driver, you know what you have to do. You've done this 93 times before. Brady Fletch's crew chief, Robbie Loomis. 2001 Cup Series champion with Jeff Gordon, telling his driver, just keep it on the tarmac. Second place finish, that's not a bad thing. Ooh, and as we say that, he gets into the gravel. That is a killer. I don't believe he will have enough time. He has 2 laps. That is a long ways away. Jeff Gordon, 2 laps to go. As we look through the rest of the field, for the final time, Elliott, Labonte, Yarborough. These guys were all bunched together with Jeff Gordon for the vast majority of this race. The top 4 had a big breakaway for a long time. Then Darrell Waltrip, Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr. getting challenged by his grandfather Ralph, who's getting challenged by Derek Cope. Doesn't look like Ricky Craven will be able to make anything happen to try and get to that 10th place spot. Jeremy Mayfield, Kevin Harvick, and then Kyle Busch, Kerry Earnhardt, Paul Langley, Kyle Petty, Johnny Benson Jr., Davey Allison, and Mark Martin, all in relegation position. They need to hope They need to pray that people are starting to run out of gas and need to pit. Here's your leader, Jeff Gordon. Come through the S's, penultimate time. This is gonna get good. Look at that 24 Rainbow trying to keep it within the lines, but not entirely sure it can. You need to be smooth. White flag, 1 to go. Gordon, the master. Fletch, the rookie. Gordon has more road course wins than anybody else in NASCAR history. Probably have a lot more if they were racing more road courses back then. Into 2 for the final time. Gordon eats a lot of curb. Fletch does not. Fletch gets a better run off the corner. Here we are on board with Fletch. Looking for a place to happen. Oh man, he really could have packed it down in there and made things difficult for Gordon. He didn't. He was a good teammate. Here we come. Oh, he takes that corner really wide. He's going to get a really good exit. Gordon took it really shallow. I don't know if he's going to have enough. Doesn't look like it. '24 Rainbow used everything in his bag of tricks. Didn't work. Jeff Gordon wins the Red Bull Grand Prix. Here comes third place Bill Elliott, Bobby Labonte, Cale Yarborough, Darrell Waltrip, Tony Stewart, Dale Jr., Ralph Earnhardt, Derek Cope, Craven, Bush, Earnhardt, Langley, Mayfield, Harvick, Petty, Benson, Allison, and Martin all get relegated. An amazing drive from that 24 Rainbow car, an amazing win from that 24 Chroma Premier car. What more can you say? Hendrick Motorsports has got to be thrilled with a 1-2 finish after getting the win with Ricky Craven last week. My name has been Braden Fletcher. Thank you for watching LizBiz TV. We will see you next week at the Daytona Road Course.